Hey ladies, happy Thursday. This is our second to last video. Tomorrow will literally be just answering questions, commonly asked questions, hesitations, objections that we come across, and also any questions that have come up in here that we haven't necessarily gotten to answer yet. So today we are talking godly goals. It's gonna be quick because it actually is simple. Not always easy, but definitely simple. When we're talking about godly goals, if you go back and read that post from yesterday, we talked about givens versus goals, and She Works His Way, who is a Christian ministry for women that love Jesus and are working women who just want to honor Him and please Him in all that we do, including in our businesses. And so they gave a little kind of description of what it means to have givens versus goals. And givens are things that we can accomplish on our own. For me, let's say I'm not a runner. Let's just say running a mile, probably that's a given for me. So if I were to set a goal, the goal would have to stretch me. It'd have to get me past what I can easily accomplish on my own. And so, doing more of like, half marathon, that would be a goal for me, something that I really have to stretch for, train for, pray through, ask Jesus for His strength to help me actually accomplish it. And so that's where it comes in, givens versus goals. So we're not just setting givens. We're not just like, okay, I'm gonna, something easy. I'm gonna, help one person this entire year. That's more of a given. We have to set stretch goals that are gonna push us outside of our comfort zone a little bit, that really take us to our knees and say, God, we can't do this on our own. We need you. And when it happens, we're gonna be able to give you the glory because it wasn't in our own strength. It wasn't in our own ability. We needed you to accomplish it. And so that's what this is. There's a scripture that I love that God used to just transform my business, more so my heart, which then transformed, it kind of trickled into my business. But Matthew 11:29-30, we know this one with my yoke is easy, my burden's light, but I love it in the Message. It says, are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. And I love that so much. Watch me. It says, walk with me, work with me. Watch how I do it. How did Jesus do it? If we were to take a step back and examine His life, He made Jesus a priority. He made God a priority. He did nothing without the Father, right? It was, okay, Lord, where are you working? I'm going to come cooperate with you. And a lot of times with goals, they're selfish. They're about us and what we can accomplish and then how we can have our name in lights. Trust me, I've been there. I've gotten this wrong before where I definitely gave God glory or I said that it was for Him, but there was a lot of selfish motives behind it. My sort of natural, fleshly desire for recognition and to be known and to matter, all of those things. Now the goal's not bad, even recognition, none of those things are bad, but if that's what we're seeking, if that's what we're focusing on, and we're missing the point, which is Jesus being the center of it all, then we've got things backwards. So when it comes to setting godly goals, we got to do them with God, right? It's not goals that are all about us and what we can accomplish, but how we can, utilize our, desire to really please God, honor Him in all that we do, not just invite Him to cooperate with what we're doing, but asking Him, Lord, what is it that you have for me? And that comes from knowing Him, getting to know Him, meeting Him in the morning. It's another thing Jesus did. He met with the Father. He withdrew while it was still dark. We see that in the New Testament all the time. He withdrew while it was still dark. He met with God. He prayed. And if Jesus has to do that, if He has to take time away from crowds, away from people to meet with the Father and to commune with the Father, how much more should we be doing that? And so it's literally saying, okay, Lord, before I work, it says, walk with me, work with me, watch how I do it. So we have to walk with Him. Before we sit down to work, it's having our quiet time, getting our hearts right, getting our minds right, remembering to focus on people. It's not just about points. It's not just about, hitting certain ranks and things like that. It comes down to wanting to be used by God to fulfill His purposes here. And our purposes here are to love Him ourselves, get to know Him ourselves, be transformed by His grace and what He did for us on the cross, and then share that with other people and help them find freedom too. And that includes in their health and fitness. Like, this is the vehicle. God's given us this incredible vehicle to be able to get into the hearts and lives and homes of women and families and really help them get to know Him better. And so that's how we view this. So when it comes to setting those goals, it's walking with him first and not just closing our Bibles and walking away for the rest of the day. It's okay, Lord, let's walk together. I'm gonna walk with you. I'm gonna work with you, right? I'm gonna keep referring back, like, okay, how did Jesus do it? How did Jesus love people? How did Jesus serve people? How did he set goals? Like, what was most important to him, right? And pleasing the Father, being obedient to the Father. Those were the things that were his heartbeat. And so same thing for us. So again, doesn't mean we, shy away from setting goals, because I've been there too. I've set really big goals and I'm like, all right, God, come on, help me get there so I can give you the glory. But I've also then been afraid to set goals. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to go back there when it was all about me. I'm afraid to set goals. And he's like, no, goals aren't bad. It's not about the goal, but it's got to be about me first, right? It's got to be about me first. And so we will chat and help you figure out what your first 30-day goals are, right? And then break them down by week to week and daily, how to work your business each day, what your goals are for the day. We want to get to know what your big goals are for your family, financially, and all of those things. So we're going to get to know, what are your goals? What is it that you want to accomplish? That Beachbody could be that vehicle to help you get there. We personally have paid down a lot of student loan debt. Personally, myself, I've been able to grow this business in the pockets of my day, in a few hours a day, into a full-time income that's been such a blessing for my family. And it's not a more mentality. I don't just want more money so we can store up more. We want to be able to give more to our church. We want to be able to, not have debt and to be free, so that whenever God calls us to do something, like, we're ready, like doing whatever's within our power and our control to make sure that we're being good stewards, even of our finances. And so Beachbody has been an incredible financial blessing for us. And so I do have big goals for my business and continuing that, right? And, helping to continually grow my income. But my goals now are less about me and what I can accomplish, and more about my team. I want to help my team see the blessings and the fruit and the success that I've seen. I want that for my team. So I'm looking for women. We're looking for women who want to join us, and we want to mentor you and help you through duplication do what we've done and how we've grown in your own way, in a way that looks unique to you, because your goals might not look like mine, and mine might look like yours, or the next person. So it's okay to have, your own goals. Maybe it's just to pay down a little bit student loan debt. Maybe it's to graduate college debt-free. Maybe it's to pay for your honeymoon in cash. We have coaches at all different seasons. Maybe it's to send your kid to dance class and be able to pay for that in cash. Or maybe it is to pay off your house or your cars, or to retire your husband and bring him home. That's still a goal of mine, is to have my husband be able to come home and we can pursue this thing, fully together, and he can pursue other things that he's passionate about. So we have big goals, but we're not attached to them. We're not emotionally attached to them, where it's every no just like affects us, or we set the goals and if we, for whatever reason, don't reach them, they weren't in God's plan. We don't let that, ruin our day or ruin our life. It's okay. I've hit goals before, set them and hit them, and I've set goals before and not reached them. Both are okay, right? There's learning in them, there's growing in them, and it's about Jesus first. What do we learn? How do we grow? How are we more like him through that pursuit of that goal? And then turning around and kind of resetting goals and re-dreaming and visioning with God, planning, preparing, and then, getting out there and seeing how God uses us, okay? So that's what goals are. They require needing God to fulfill them. And again, if you're like, well, I don't even know what my goals are, we would chat about that. You and your upline coach, whoever invited you here, we would get to chat about that and, help you figure out what those goals are and set a plan to help you personally get there, because it's going to look different for every person. So hopefully that was helpful. Any questions about setting goals, comment below and I'll make sure that I answer them, today through text or tomorrow through video. And that's about it for that. So loving all your check-ins. One more day, ladies, one more day. Get caught up through today. If you're a little bit behind in any of the days, just get caught up. And then we're going to wrap this thing up tomorrow. We're going to talk about how you can join us, what it costs to become a coach, and, some of the options that you have for that. And then any questions. And there's already some girls that are excited to join. So we'll be shouting all the new coaches out that joined our team tomorrow and Saturday. All right. Have a great day.